Welcome to NWTC International Student Show. This is a great time for you to learn about other countries and cultures from students and staffs of Northeast Wisconsin Technical College, Green Bay, Wisconsin. This is the third episode of NWTC International Student Show. Let's learn more about Thailand from Sarah Stackhouse, an American student who lived in Thailand for 2 years. Thailand is a beautiful country in the Southeast Asia. Thailand was known as Siam. Thailand shares borders with Burma, Cambodia, Laos, and Malaysia. Thailand controls the only land route from Asia to Malaysia and Singapore.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and I was an international student in Thailand for 2 years. I was looking into studying abroad, and I found the Rotary International program, and it's an exchange program for students in high school. I think it's ages 16 to 19, I believe. I found out about the Rotary International program, and I immediately just loved it. Originally, when I started, through that process, I wanted to go to Europe. My heart was so set on Europe. And then we had this culture fair where inbound students, which are the students from other countries, and outbound students are the students who went to other countries. They set up different booths throughout the conference center where we were of the different countries. And so we had to walk around and visit the different countries. And so that's when I fell in love with Thailand. I thought it would just be the most magical experience, and it's so different from anything that we know here, which is what I wanted. I didn't want something that was so similar to US culture. I wanted something very, very different. Well, 2 years is a long time to learn many, many different things. First off, I didn't know the language when I went. So roughly around 9 months, that's when I was able to have conversations with my host family, my friends, just normal conversations, just conversations, which is really good. I learned a lot about their culture, a lot about people in general. And I think one of the most important things you learn as an international student is that your home, it truly is where your heart is, because, once you expand your horizons, once you go to new places, you'll have people that you care about everywhere in the world. And it's hard to find that balance sometimes of being in wherever you are, but also remembering the people in other countries and people that you've met along the way. So it's important to appreciate the present moment and be truly where you are at the time. One of my biggest challenges was right when I got there, not knowing the language, which is super goofy. I practiced it a little bit before I left, and every person you talk to will say this, that language is so, so important. It helps you make friends, it helps you get around, it helps you to learn about the culture, it helps you to learn everything about where you are. So learning the language is super important, and I wish I maybe would have spent more time up front learning the language, so that way when I got there I would have been better prepared. I had 5 different host families throughout my time, but when I got there, my host families didn't know English and I didn't know Thai. So that made it very interesting sometimes, even just for the simple daily things about, what time will you get picked up from school? What time will we come home? What time will we have dinner? Simple things like that are so important in communication and in our daily lives. So language is super important. I think one of the most important parts about Thai culture is slowing down and enjoying life. I feel like here in the US we're always rushing and we don't always take the time to appreciate the people in our lives, the places that we are, the experiences we're having, memories we're making, because we're constantly always trying to come up and plan the future, and I think it's so important to live in the present moment, which is one of the main things I learned in Thailand. First got to Thailand, I couldn't eat a lot of the foods because it's so different than here and so much spicier, and my body was just, it's too spicy. But throughout the time and with time and just eating it in general, it really helped me to adapt myself, to adapt my tongue to the new foods. I think what I miss the most is khanom jeena, kap nam ya. It's like a noodle But I don't even know how to explain, but they're noodles and you dip them in various curries, various sauces, things like that, and you'll eat them with pak, which is vegetables like sprouts with onions, with things like that, and you mix it all together. One thing that I really love was going to the market with my host mom every day, and so there are markets in the morning, markets in the afternoon, markets in the evening, and markets on the weekend. So there are various markets throughout the city as well. I think there was like 6 or 7 major ones and then some little ones. And I didn't even live in that big of a city. So going to the market was always super fun, and you get to see so many different foods, and everything is so fresh. Yeah, so the city I went to, I lived in Lampang, which is in the northern part of Thailand. It's about 1.5 hours away from the major northern city, which is called Chiang Mai. And so my area was a little bit more rural. We had mountains and rice fields. It wasn't so rural that there wasn't shopping malls or things like that, but it was a really happy medium, a really good size. When I was on exchange, I actually attended school every day, so I got to meet a ton of friends. My school had around 4,000 people, I believe, so it was a very large school, and people come or travel for maybe like half an hour plus every day to just get to school. Some people. And then others live in the city. While I was there at school, I got to learn traditional Thai instrument, I got to learn Thai cooking, Thai dancing, got to play sports, and just really interacting with the Thai people helped me learn a ton about their culture. I think also one of the most important parts was having a host family, so I could get to know the children and how they act and how they raise their kids as parents, and just really adapt myself and immerse myself in the culture that way. One of the most important parts that will never leave me is the fact of having an open mind. Once you're an exchange student or an international student, your mind can never go back to the way it was before. It's so much broader and so much more accepting and willing to understand different cultures and meet people from around the world. And that's not always easy to find other people that can understand that or appreciate international experiences. So I think that once you're an international student, you will always be one, and just willing to travel the world, learn more, and you become a lot more curious about the world around. My future goals include going back to teach English at the school that I attended while I was there. So I think it's so important to give back to the place that gave so much to me. Without going to school there, I wouldn't have the friends, I wouldn't have the experiences, and I wouldn't have learned as much. And so I really would like to give back for everything that they've given to me throughout my time in Thailand. So I cannot wait to go back to Thailand.
Thanks for watching and enjoying the small pieces of the world. NWTC International Student Show, Unity in Diversity.